The boy discovered a nest of pelican chicks on the beach. All around them lay the bodies of pelicans that had been shot by hunters. Looking at the 3 helpless chicks crying for food, the boy did not hesitate for a second and took off his shirt. He carefully wrapped the baby pelicans inside it. Then he prepared to take them home and raise them himself. First he found a wooden crate. He lined it with newspapers and dry hay. Then he gently placed the chicks inside. But pelican chicks raised by humans often do not survive even a single night. They are simply too fragile. However, there was an even bigger problem. How was he supposed to feed them? Just then the boy had an idea. He found an old propeller his father had replaced. He used it to grind fish into a mush inside a metal bucket. Then he patiently fed the chicks with a dropper. Seeing the baby pelicans eat successfully, the boy showed a smile he had not worn in a long time. When his father returned home from fishing, he immediately noticed the strong smell of fish filling the house. The boy quickly pulled his father over to meet the 3 little chicks. His father felt deeply relieved. Ever since his wife had passed away, he had not seen his son this happy. That night, the boy used his father's scarf to make a small nest for the weakest pelican. He even slept beside them, afraid they might not survive the night. Thanks to the boy's devoted care, the pelicans safely made it through their most dangerous first night. His father also built a hand-powered mixer, making it easier to grind fish into food for them. Day by day, the pelicans slowly grew bigger. Soft downy feathers began to cover their bodies. But their appetites grew as well. They would even wake the boy in the middle of the night demanding food. The noise often kept his father awake. Still, his father only complained a little. He continued going out to sea every day to catch fish for the growing pelicans. As time passed, their appetites became larger and larger. From half a bucket of fish at a feeding, to a full bucket, and eventually 2 full buckets. Even then, they were still hungry. The pelicans soon grew beautiful feathers. Every day they played with the boy on the beach. No matter where he went, they followed closely behind him. They would even pester his father, as if urging him to hurry up and go fishing. Yet the fish he caught still was not enough. Sometimes they even had to buy fish in town. Although the area was known as a habitat for large birds, people had never seen a friendship quite like this. Even the owner of the fish market was amazed. A fisherman buying fish from a fish store was quite a sight. Looking at his son hugging the pelicans, the father finally offered some sensible advice. He believed the pelicans belonged in the wild. They should not spend their entire lives in captivity. What they needed was freedom. Besides, pelicans can live for 30 or 40 years. No one could care for them forever. As painful as it was, the boy agreed with his father's suggestion. In the days that followed, he personally taught the pelicans how to catch fish. If they did not learn the first time, he taught them again. If twice was not enough, he taught them a 3rd time. The 2 grown men watching nearby could not stop laughing. Thanks to the boy's persistence, the pelicans finally mastered this basic survival skill. Next, they had to learn how to fly. The boy brought them to the beach. He ran while flapping his arms, pretending to fly. One pelican copied him. Flapping its wings, it successfully rose into the air. Soon after, the 2nd pelican glided across the ocean surface. But the weakest chick, the one he had worried about most, remained where it was. Perhaps it simply did not want to leave him. The boy sat on the beach holding the pelican and patiently encouraged it. After watching the boy demonstrate once more, the little pelican finally spread its wings and soared into the sky. It circled high above him, flying round and round as if saying goodbye. The day of separation was drawing closer. The father took them by boat to the middle of a lake. The other 2 pelicans flapped their wings and flew toward a flock of their own kind. Only the little pelican remained, nestled in the boy's arms. Reluctantly, the boy let it go, but the pelican flew only a short distance before stopping and turning. The boy felt lonelier than ever before. He often visited their nesting grounds, hoping to see them again, but he never found them. The sound of gunshots on the beach worried him deeply. He shared his concerns with his father. His father could only reassure him. Next month, people would vote to make the area a protected reserve. Once that happened, the birds would finally be safe. One morning, while the boy was outside using the restroom, it seemed the little pelican had somehow heard his wish. It returned to him once again. The boy was overjoyed, and his father no longer had a reason to send it away. From then on, the little pelican never left the boy's side. They played hide and seek together like family. They walked along the beach together. They caught fish together in the shallow waters. Every day they were inseparable. One day the boy brought the pelican with him to the marketplace. There they ran into one of the hunters campaigning for votes. The hunter believed the boy's actions were a challenge to him. He warned the boy to be careful whenever he heard gunshots. The boy quickly left with the pelican. Another day while they were out walking, they heard gunfire again. The hunters were mercilessly shooting birds. The sound startled the pelican. Without hesitation, it charged toward them. The boy ran after it. The pelican fought bravely against the hunters, trying to knock the guns from their hands with its beak, but it was no match for them. Just as a hunter raised his gun and aimed at the bird, the boy stepped in front of the pelican. After driving the hunters away, the boy suddenly felt something was wrong. Dark clouds covered the sky. Huge waves rolled across the sea. Out at sea, his father was thrown overboard by a massive wave. Watching from the shore, the boy felt completely helpless. His father tried to swim back, but the relentless waves kept dragging him farther away. The boy wanted to throw him a rope, but the distance was too great. Then he tied a fishing line to his hat. The other end was attached to a rope. Next he called loudly for the pelican. The obedient bird flew over immediately. The boy secured his plan to the pelican. Then he tossed the hat as far as he could. The pelican spread its wings and took off. It grabbed the hat in its beak and flew toward the father. As if it understood exactly what the boy wanted, the pelican kept flying farther out. Suddenly a strong gust of wind knocked the hat loose. The boy shouted in panic. At the critical moment, the pelican dove down, caught the falling hat, and quickly delivered it to the father. The father secured the hat and tightly grabbed the thin fishing line. Just as the people on shore began pulling, a giant wave swept the rope away. A man nearby immediately rushed into the water and retrieved it without hesitation. Then he and the boy pulled with all their strength. At times the father disappeared beneath the waves. At other moments he surfaced desperately for air. With the help of the boy and the man, the father finally made it back to shore. The boy ran into his father's arms. Having already lost his mother and sister, he understood better than anyone the pain of losing family. At that moment, the pelican also returned to the shore. After this event, the story of the boy and the pelican spread far and wide. It was featured in newspapers across the country. People came from all over town to take photos with them. Some even raised money to help send the boy to school.
Michael wouldn't want to leave.
It'd be good for him. A boy like that.
Just as his father had predicted, the boy did not want to leave his home, and he certainly did not want to leave the pelican. Then a gunshot echoed in the distance. The pelican still wanted to protect its fellow birds. Without hesitation, it flew toward the sound, determined to stop the hunters. Seeing this, the boy immediately chased after it. But he was too late. The pelican was shot down right before his eyes. His father arrived moments later. The hunters walked away without even looking back. Heartbroken, the boy held the dying pelican in his arms. Even after returning home, he refused to let go. Late that night, the pelican finally stopped breathing. The next day, the boy buried it by the sea. From that moment on, he understood something important. Only by becoming stronger himself could he protect the things he loved. So the boy left his hometown and set out in pursuit of an education. That journey lasted 70 years. The boy eventually became an old man with white hair. He returned to the beach with his granddaughter. There he told her the story of himself and the pelican. And thanks to his lifelong efforts, the area had become the largest nature reserve in the southern hemisphere. The little pelican had given its life to help secure a safe home for its kind. To honor its memory, people even built a statue of the pelican there. No matter how powerful humans become, we should never take innocent lives needlessly. Protecting them is also a way of protecting ourselves.